What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to do a deck profile on my Gemini Sun deck that's sized in the macro that I top 4'd the Tallahassee Regional with. But before we get started, the Tallahassee Regional, just for everyone in Florida to know, is the best spacious-wise for a regional ever. So if you think your place is cool for regionals, you're wrong. You should have came to Tallahassee. So I'm going to start off. I run 3 Cyber Dragon and 3 Fossil Dyna. I put these together in the same description because they're probably the nastiest opening for stun if you're playing plants, and you obviously would have to have back row for Fossil Dyna. This gets over those 1900s and 2000 random 2000 defense that you come across, like a setting Debris Dragon because they have no other plays to get over Fossil Dyna. So I play 3 of them. You could probably play 2, but if you have 3 ultimates, you play 3. And Fossil Dyna is self-explanatory. If you have anything, Deep Prison, Mirror Force at all to protect Fossil Dyna against plants, you absolutely win. They cannot get over this card. The same goes for like agents, the Rabbit deck. Everything has issues with Fossil Dyna if you have protection. 3 Thunder King. This goes in almost any deck. I shouldn't even say it because obviously it's going to go into stun, but it goes almost in anything, so no description needed. 2 Doom Cow. This is a preference choice. I run 2. You can run 3 if you wish. You can run 0. It really put in work against Tengus and Sangan like a couple times. So I thought it was really good, but then again, everyone's running Max C, and if they hit Max C the time you draw this, you pretty much lose. This is part of the Gemini stun build. It's pretty stable. I run this just for the extra tech for Gemini Spark because sometimes you might not have a target. But with Rhoda, Stratos, you should usually have a target for Gemini Spark. But just in case you draw bad. These 2 are techs. Well, honestly, it's an attack. It goes with the Gemini stuff. This is my personal attack. I think it's beyond ridiculous. It gets over any synchro, exceed, as long as it's not Lagi or Dolka. I'm sorry for your existence at that point. But it helps you get over Trishula that they wrecked you with last turn if you top deck it, hopefully, I don't know. But it's really good if they have a set card and you have Fossil Dyna, and their only play is setting a card. Onto the spells. If you run stun, you run 3 Pot of Duality. If you don't run stun, why are you watching this video? 3 Gemini Spark. Obviously, it's a Gemini Sun build. You run 3 Gemini Spark. 2 MST. I run 2 MST and Heavy. Actually, I don't. That was my other build that I had. 2 MST. I decided to take Heavy out only because I run so much back row, and plants stopped running traps when they came to be like ridiculous, which was, what, 2-4 months ago, and they still haven't been hit by the ban list adequately. So you don't need Heavy Storm in a stun deck. So 2 MST is good enough. Most of the time you'll hit warnings. Hopefully it's not fake stuff. Here are staples. Obviously Rhoda goes with the Gemini part of the deck, so obvious. And then the staples of almost any deck played to man. Onto the traps. I run 3 Deep Prison. Most people play bottomless instead of a 3rd Deep Prison, 2 bottomless. But I say if they already have Librarian out, or Trishula, or anything, or 1900 beater, or Tengu, even Tengu, and you draw Fossil Dyna with bottomless in your hand, you lose. That bottomless is beyond dead. You would want to have Deep Prison 1,000 times more than a bottomless at that point. So that's why I run 3, and I chose not to run bottomless, and it served me well during the regionals. 2 Starlight Roads. I set a lot of back row, so Heavy Storm obviously. It also won a surprising amount of matches because people would Torrential my 2nd monster summon, and I would play this and pretty much wreck from there. You just got to remember, don't summon the Fossil Dyna if you know you have this and you think they have Torrential. Summon something like a ridiculous, like a 2nd Thunder King or the Alias or something. That way you can bring out the Stardust and not get wrecked by your own Fossil Dyna. The Solemn Trio, you run them, and you run them. So no description necessary. Trap Dust Shoot and Mirror Force. Self-explanatory too. I played this over Torrential because I run somewhat low monster count. 18 is kind of a little high for stun. However, there's never a time where I want to give up my Fossil Dyna to get rid of their Synchroing, or, well, it wouldn't be Synchroing, it would be like their Summon or something crazy like that. I'd rather have Mirror Force. So that's why the Mirror Force is there over the Torrential. The side, or the extra deck, is Staples. All Staple Synchros in the extra deck. Make sure you have at least 2 Chimera Tech if you're running Cyber Dragons, and 2 Stardust for the Starlight Roads. The side deck sides directly into macro. All day macro. People have no idea, because I'm smoke screening when I side deck. They have no idea what I'm siding into. And I'm actually siding out all of my Gemini stuff for a macro deck. So you're not even playing Gemini Sun anymore, you're playing macro. Congratulations. I hope you made the right choice while side decking. So that's all the macro stuff. So basically, welcome to macro. I take out Dust Shoot if I win game 1, because sometimes they might set. Usually with plants, you're okay to leave it in, but with anything else, you would want to take out Dust Shoot game 2 if you won and put in Dark Bribe. If you're starting, obviously, or up to your preference, you might want to leave in Dust Shoot. It is, but Dark Bribe is amazing at 1 because the plus they get off it. If you consider it a plus, I technically don't consider it a plus because you're stopping that with something that would destroy you anyway. It's good at 1 because they only get that draw once. If you main 2 and you open up with both of them, you're going to give your opponent a +2, and that's not good. This, I side out the 3 Thunder Kings when I side in the macro because they can't tribute to negate, because macro does not let them go to the graveyard, so they're Doom Cow. These 2 in the macro build, when I side into them, win games by themselves. I cannot explain how many times Morphing Jar has banished Dandelion or Glow Up Bulb. I had 5 plant synchro matchups during that regional. I did not lose a single one of them, and I strongly believe it's because of the macro build that I sided into in Morphing Jar. Completely rapes, and Gale is, you know, Gale, so. The 2 cards that I didn't smoke screen into, that were just in there for the random case I play Agents, are Smashing Grounds, because Christia and Hyperion I have a little bit of a hard time getting around. More so than just a 1900 beater. So I side deck 2 of these. I only sided these in 1 game. I don't think they're good in the side deck. I think if you want to use it, main 1 of them, tech 1 of them, or main 2 of them. It's your preference. But don't side deck them because you're going to have a hard time side decking into them. So that's my opinion on Smashing Ground. But I appreciate you watching the video.